please.
That's Lawrence Moreno.
All right. Right, Mr. Moreno, I'm seeing you this evening because it looks like they had previously missed a case that you had out of Tucson City Court. I know that you have already seen the judge recently. It looks like, well, on July 2nd, you saw the judge and you were held on a $500 bond at that time.
Correct.
And so there's a case from February 14th of this year. The charges are domestic violence, assault, and interfering with judicial proceedings. That it looks like you haven't been previously arrested on. And so I'm just going to arraign you on those charges. Now I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty for you and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. So, sir, all I'm going to do is I'm going to just reaffirm your previous release conditions, the same $500 cash or secured bond, no contact with the victim, and appoint the city public defender's office. We'll vacate your current date of July 16th. So you're not going to have that video review tomorrow. Instead, you're going to have a video review on the 21st. So next week, okay?
Okay.
All right, that's all, sir. You're excused.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Hello.
I have Mr. Arvallo Acuña, who needs a Spanish interpreter,
Okay.
and I'm gonna wait for my turn.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
And,
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Emmanuel McGrace.
Mr. McGrace, I'm seeing you this evening because you have a warrant out of Tucson City Court for charges of criminal trespass and drug paraphernalia from April 18th of 2025. And let's see, it looks like the warrant issued on that back in May. I did see you were in custody on a felony, is that right?
Yeah, I just got from the court today.
Oh,
Court today.
what happened? Were you sentenced today?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and are you released upon bed space or are you you're released right now to probation on that? Okay. So if I release you on this, that's okay. So if I release you on this, then, where are you going to go?
I two workshop, which is working with him on one, and he also got a house. I got with my uncle here. I got like a couple of people here, places I can go. I got a couple of places I can go.
All right. And do you understand, is it clear to you that you cannot go back to Circle K? Okay. Right. I'm going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court. So again, this is Tucson City Court. This is different than your felony matter. So you're going to have to get to this hearing. I'm ordering that you do not return to Circle K. And that hearing is going to be on August 18th at 9 o'clock in the morning in Tucson City Court. You will get paperwork with that information on it. Make sure you get to your hearing, okay? All right, sir. You're excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
T. James Westbrook.
Mr. Westbrook, I'm seeing you this evening on charges of drug paraphernalia and driving on a suspended license. Looks like these are allegations from May 13th of 2025. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm looking, I see that you're being held also on a Superior Court failure to
Ye-
appear matter on $3,000 bond?
Yeah, I got court in the morning and I'm signing a probation available plea.
Okay. All right.
I'm trying to get into a rehab. So
Okay. I'm going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court on this matter. You're going to need to make sure that you get to justice court on July 25th at 8:30 in the morning. If you are still in custody on the felony, they'll take you to a video hearing. If you get out of custody by that date, you need to make sure that you get to that hearing or you let justice court know that you need a continuance, okay?
thank you.
You're welcome. You're excused.
Your Honor, up here. We're still waiting for Aguilar Gabriel O to come down.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. Hey, sir, can I get your full name? Oh, hi, sir, can I get your full name? All right, Mr. Bilski, I am seeing you this evening on charges of aggravated shoplifting, 2 counts, and 1 count of organized retail theft. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for this evening's hearing. The state is asking that I hold you without bond at this time because they say that you were on release for other felonies when these were committed. It looks like these were alleged to have been committed. It says starting in December of 2024.
I was also initially confused by the interim complaint
Yeah.
and what exactly we're talking about.
Does Mr. Harris have more info for us?
Judge, I was operating on the, let me get the right date here, June 21st date, which would be, he was released on one of the felony cases on, it appears June 6th, or I'm sorry, April 23rd.
So he was released April 23rd, and then it says he was placed under arrest on June 21st for aggravated shoplifting, but it doesn't say that that's when he committed it. They give some kind of, oh, here we go.
And Judge, the second page, I believe, just has instance other than what he's being charged with.
Yeah, so I'm still confused about what the date range is of these particular allegations.
Judge, I was operating on the June 21st date. I see 6 total shoplifting incidents between December of 2024. They do not give the exact dates. The state's argument to the court would be that the end date of that range would be the 21st when he was arrested.
All right, I'll order, I'm going to order, sir, that you be held without bond at this time, but you're going to have a no bond hearing on July 21st at 2:30 in Superior Court, and then that'll get sorted out about the dates and whether or not it's appropriate to continue to hold you without bond at that point. So preliminary hearing date is July 25th. And that is everything. Your excuse, sir.
Well,
Hey, sir, what's your full name?
Steve Arville.
Mr. Veal, I'm seeing you this evening on a new charge of domestic violence, aggravated harassment. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint Jesse Delaney to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for this evening's hearing. The state is asking that I hold you without bond at this time, as it appears you were on release at the time that you incurred these new charges. And so I am going to hold you without bond. You'll have a no bond hearing on July 21st at 2:30 in the afternoon. You should be hearing from Ms. Delaney before then to discuss what will happen at that hearing. We'll set the preliminary hearing for July 25th. All right, sir, that's all. You're excused. This Casa Grande Justice Court one, if I do a bond, I also check the box about the demanding jurisdiction having 24 hours to come up. Nothing else. Mhm.
Lerma.
Mhm.
Yes.
Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
Cesar A. Lerma Jr.
Okay, give me just 1 second, sir.
Sister. Yeah.
Don't know. I know. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Mr. Lerma, I'm seeing you because you have a warrant for your arrest out of looks like Casa Grande Justice Court for driving on a suspended license. They
Yes.
they asked that we hold you on a $470 bond, so that's what I'm going to order. If you were to post that bond, you would need to get in contact with Casa Grande Justice Court to get your hearing set. If you do not post the bond, I'm ordering that they have to pick you up within 72 hours. And if they don't, then your release conditions would be modified to um, release on your own recognizance.
Okay. I did that last time and they didn't come get me. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Uh,
And, I mean, if you end up released, make sure that you make arrangements with them to get a hearing so that you don't keep getting arrested. Right. You're excused. Okay. Yeah.
Good evening, Your Honor.
Sir, can I get your full name?
Ray Medina.
Mr. Medina, I'm seeing you this evening on a few different matters. You've got a warrant for your arrest of Pima County Justice Court for shoplifting drug paraphernalia from November 11th of 2024, and then a charge of failure to appear. And then in Tucson City Court, you have warrants for shoplifting in December 1st of 2024, and then a charge of failure to appear and criminal trespass from June 17th of this year and a failure to appear. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Sir, I'm going to order that you be held on a $250 cash or secured bond. I am going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. If you are still in custody, you'll be seen by video on July 25th at 1:45. If you were to post your bond, you would need to get to Tucson City Court on August 19th at 2:30 in the afternoon. You understand, sir?
Yeah.
All right, you're excused. They say, yes, I did it right then. Okay, I did it. I think I did it. No. Are they still on? I think so. I'll tell them in a second. Hey, ma'am, I'll be with you in just a moment. Do I have the victim in the V-Hill matter on the line?
Yes, ma'am.
I am so sorry that I didn't call on you when he came up, but did you hear what happened?
Yes, sort of.
So he's being held without bond right now. And he's got a hearing in Superior Court to determine whether or not he'll continue to be held without bond on July 21st at 2:30.
Okay,
And
what about the city court one?
I didn't see him on a city court one.
Uh,
Just a felony.
Because there should be the superior and city court.
So he may not have, you mean like he has new charges?
It's a $2,000 bond for the city court.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It was a bond surrender. Yeah, he's being held
Yeah.
on the, he's being held on, so he's being held on the $2,000 bond out of city court. He's being held on a $15,000 bond on his other felony matter out of Superior Court. Plus, he's being held without bond on the new Superior Court matter.
Oh, okay.
But all I know as far as court dates go is that he's going to be seen on July 21st at 2:30 in Superior Court to talk about whether or not that no bond hold will remain. So that's something that you can be at. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Take care.
Thank you.
All right, ma'am, can I get your full name, please?
Jennifer Marie Gutierrez.
Ms. Gutierrez, I'm seeing you this evening on charges of domestic violence, criminal damage, and disorderly conduct. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I am going to enter pleas of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. So, ma'am, pretrial services did speak with the alleged victim, who I believe was your mother. She said that she does not object to your release from custody. You're welcome to return home. I'm going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court. I'm ordering that you commit no acts of domestic violence, and you need to be in Tucson City Court on August 19th at 9:30 in the morning, or a warrant can issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, just to be sure, August 19th at 9.
Yes, and you're going to get paperwork with That legal drugs will set that steps hearing for July 22nd at 9 o'clock in the morning. And preliminary hearing date is scheduled for July 25th. All right, and then there's a justice court warrant. It's a justice court warrant for shoplifting and failure to appear. The shoplifting is alleged to have occurred on April 22nd of this year. On that matter, out of justice court, I am going to order a $250 cash or secured bond. And I will appoint Adam Waters to represent you in justice court. You're going to be seen tomorrow by video at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on that matter. All right, and then your city court cases, I think there's several that you haven't been previously arrested on, so I need to arraign you on those. Looks like there is obstruction and drug paraphernalia from June 24th of this year, criminal damage from April 17th of this year, assault and disorderly conduct, those are domestic violence offenses from today. Disorderly conduct, assault, and theft by control, also domestic violence offenses from February 21st of 2025. Disorderly conduct, domestic violence, again, another count from today. And 5, disorderly conduct, domestic violence, again, another count from today. And 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 today. And
Judge, we recognize that a bond may be necessary to meet the state's concerns. However, I don't think it needs to be at the recommended 75,000. This is someone who doesn't have any felony or misdemeanor prior convictions. He doesn't even have an active NVCA flag. I do understand the state's or the victim's concerns, but statistically, he's a 1 on both of the scales. He's 56 years old without having any prior conviction. So we'd be asking for a lower bond than the 75,000 in the statutes.
Right, I'm going to order a $25,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial services if that bond is posted, monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial. No acts of domestic violence. I'm ordering, sir, that you possess no firearms or weapons. If you have any, they need to be surrendered immediately to law enforcement during the pendency of this case. I'm ordering that you have no contact of any kind with Miss Thompson. You cannot go to the residence. You cannot go to her workplace. I'm adding and her church and her gym. You cannot go anywhere where Miss Thompson is. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
I will put in my order that you could return to the residence one time with a law enforcement escort if you need to collect your personal belongings. Preliminary hearing date is scheduled for July 25th, but sir, that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You'll get a hearing at a later date. So if you do post your bond, make sure you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney so that you know when to get to court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're excused.
Right.
Hello.
Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
Aurelio Urias.
Sir Urias, I'm seeing you this evening on a charge of failure to have an ID. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for this evening's hearing. You're also charged with a misdemeanor, refusing to provide your truthful name. We'll deal with that one next. As to the felony, the state is recommending a $15,000 bond. I'll hear from defense.
Judge, I don't believe the bond needs to be that high. This is a nonviolent failure to have an ID offense. He's also being held on a probation matter. He's got a probation hold, so he's not gonna be able to get out anyways. I don't have any verified employment, so we'd be asking for a much lower bond than the 15.
I'll order a $5,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial if posted. Monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial, and preliminary hearing date is scheduled for July 25th. And then on the misdemeanor charge, that's going to be handled out of Oro Valley. I'm going to release you on that matter, but I'll note that you're in custody on the other matters. You'll have a hearing on August 13th. If you're still in custody, that'll be by video. If you're out of custody, you would need to get to that hearing, or a warrant can issue for your arrest. Yep, and that's all, sir. You're excused.
Williams.
Hi. Hi.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Jonathan Wayne Williams.
Mr. Williams, I'm seeing you this evening on a number of different matters. You have new felony charge of aggravated assault, and then you've got misdemeanor warrants. We will get to those next. But on the felony, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for this evening's hearing. I have reviewed all of the information, including the state's recommendation of a $50,000 bond. I'll hear from defense.
Judge, I don't think the bond needs to be that high. Mr. Williams is homeless and retired, so he's not going to be able to meet anywhere near that type of bond. I understand the violent nature of the offense, however, we're asking you to consider his financial situation.
I'm going to order a $50,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial if posted, monitoring or treatment, no firearms or weapons, no contact with the alleged victim, don't return to the incident location. And preliminary hearing date is scheduled for July 25th. Right. We've got a warrant out of Tucson, South Tucson Municipal Court for trespass and drug paraphernalia from April 18th of this year on those matters. I'll order that you be released, but note that you're in custody on the other matters. And so you will have a hearing on July 29th at 10 o'clock in the morning in South Tucson. And then you've got a warrant out of Pima County Justice Court for shoplifting from 2023, along with a charge of failure to appear there. On that matter, I will also order that you be released. Your hearing in Justice Court will be on July 25th at 8:30. And then finally, there are Tucson City Court matters. Like there is a new charges of assault and criminal trespass from July 7th of this year, and then warrants for assault resisting arrest from May 21st of this year, resisting arrest, drug paraphernalia, criminal trespass from May 8th of this year, and a warrant for assault, disorderly conduct, threats and intimidation, shoplifting, and criminal trespass from 2023. All right, on the new matters there, I will enter pleas of not guilty for you and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. On those matters, I'm going to order a $1,000 cash or secured bond. I will appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. No contact with any victims. Don't go to any incident locations. And you'll have a hearing in Tucson City Court by video on July 25th at 1:45. And that is all. Your excuse, sir.
Okay. So I could,
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Hola, señor, ¿me puede dar su nombre completo, por favor?
Oh, you're muted at the jail.
Tiene el micrófono apagado ahí.
You got us?
the
She's
microphone.
good. She's good.
We're good now.
Oh, ahora sí puede decir su nombre.
Mi nombre es Eder Armando Arballo Acuña.
My name is Eder Armando Arballo Acuña.
Sir, I'm seeing you this evening on a warrant that you have for your arrest for some new felony charges.
Bueno, señor, aquí lo estoy viendo debido a una orden de arresto por algunos delitos graves nuevos.
Those charges are transportation of a dangerous drug for sale,
Bueno, esos delitos o esos cargos se tratan de transporte de una droga peligrosa con fines de venta.
those are 2 counts of transportation for sale,
Son 2 cargos de transporte con fines de venta.
3 counts of money laundering in the second degree,
3 cargos de lavado de dinero en el segundo grado,
misconduct involving weapons,
conducta indebida relacionada con armas,
conspiracy, and illegally conducting an enterprise.
confabulación y realizar una empresa de manera ilícita.
You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Usted tiene el derecho a guardar silencio. Cualquier cosa que diga puede usarse en su contra.
And I see that you have hired counsel.
Y veo que usted ha contratado un licenciado.
The state is asking for a $75,000 bond. That was the amount on the warrant.
La fiscalía está pidiendo una fianza de $75,000, es la cantidad que se encontraba en la orden de arresto.
And I'll hear from defense.
Y ahora voy a escuchar del abogado defensor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Go ahead, Mr. Bird.
Gracias, su señoría.
Gracias.
So Judge, I have a little bit of background to give you.
Su señoría, tengo algo de antecedentes o historial para decirle.
Mr. Arvallo Acuña engaged my law firm and retained us a little after this incident. So he came. Go ahead.
Bueno, el señor Arballo despachó nuestra firma de abogados poco después de este incidente.
And my office tried to contact the detective who was working the case.
Nuestra oficina trató de comunicarse con el detective que estaba trabajando el caso.
And I have documented over 12 attempts to reach out to law enforcement so we can have him self-surrender in connection with this case.
Y tengo documentados 12 intentos tratando de comunicarnos con los elementos de policía para que él se entregara en este caso.
And the reason I mention this is because of the amount on the warrant and the request, Judge.
Y la razón que menciono esto es la cantidad, que la orden de arresto y la cantidad de la fianza pedida.
Mr. Arvallo Acuña is not a risk for fleeing. He actually wanted to self-surrender. We were trying to contact the detective. He got arrested in Phoenix, not trying to flee the county. Unrelated. He was at a job site, basically.
Bueno, el señor Arvallo no presenta un riesgo de darse a la fuga. De hecho, él deseaba entregarse. Lo que pasa es que lo arrestaron en Phoenix, pero no tratando de darse a la fuga. Sin embargo, lo encontraron en el lugar de trabajo.
So I'm asking the court to consider the following factors in determining conditions of release.
Entonces estoy pidiéndole a la juez que considere esos factores al determinar que sí le dan libertad.
He is 42 years of age.
Tiene 42 años.
He has 4 kids. 3 of them are minors and living with him.
Tiene 4 hijos y 3 de ellos son menores de edad y viven con él.
We are in very good contact with his wife, so he has family support on the outside, judge, that will make sure he comes to court and shows up in court.
Entonces estamos en muy buena comunicación con su esposa, entonces él tiene apoyo familiar para asegurar que él sí se presente en el tribunal.
He is a foreman in the company, the drywall company that he works for, which
es un capataz en la empresa que instala tabla roca.
Which shows, Judge, that he's not just looking for jobs or he's doing odd jobs. He's a person with a stable life. And I'm asking the court.
Y eso indica que tiene un trabajo estable, no está trabajando en pieza y que tiene una vida estable, no anda buscando empleo.
And I'm asking the court to take that into consideration regarding stability outside of custody and whether he's going to be found and whether he's going to show up for court and whether he's going to deal with his case in combination with what I told you earlier at the beginning of the case.
Bueno, entonces también usted le quiero decir que pues sí existe estabilidad en este caso, que usted no debería temer que no se presente para sus audiencias. Él sí se va a presentar en el caso.
And the other thing, Judge, which I think the court can take and weigh heavily towards release to pretrial services is the absolute lack of criminal history.
Y también pienso que la juez podría considerar es como factor es que la falta de antecedentes penales.
In combination with the fact that he's been living in Tucson, he has ties to the community, he has a proven 15-year, if I'm not mistaken, Judge, 15 years on West Relitos Street with his wife. So for those reasons, Judge, I'm asking that you release him to pretrial services, and I will finish after the interpreter translates this last bit.
Entonces, quiero que usted piense o acepte en conjunto que él tiene enlaces en la comunidad, él ya lleve 15 años viviendo con su esposa. And I'm sorry, I missed the name of the street you said, counsel.
It was West Relito Street.
Okay, West Rillito, calle West Rillito, y estoy pidiendo que usted lo deje en libertad bajo la vigilancia de servicios previos a juicio. Okay.
So I'm asking the court to release him to pretrial services, Your Honor.
Entonces reitero que estoy pidiendo que usted lo deje en libertad bajo la vigilancia de servicios previos a juicio.
And that's all I have, Judge.
Y es todo lo que tengo, su señoría.
Gracias. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. I'm going to order a $10,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial services if that bond is posted, monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial.
Si tendrías una fianza de $10,000, puede ser en efectivo o una cantidad avalada. Y también si usted logra hacer el depósito, depositar la fianza, va a quedar bajo la vigilancia de servicios previos de juicio y usted tiene que ah, seguir las condiciones de vigilancia o tratamiento tal como le indico.
Ordering no alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons.
No puede consumir nada de alcohol ni droga ilícita, no puede poseer armas ni armas de fuego.
And I'm ordering that you do not leave Pima County.
Y voy a ordenar que usted no más salga del condado de Pima.
You have an arraignment scheduled for July 22nd at 1:30. If you post your bond, you need to make sure that you get to that hearing or a warrant can issue for your arrest.
Bueno, muy bien, entonces tiene una audiencia de instrucción de cargos programada para el día 22 de julio a la 1:30 y usted necesita estar presente para esa audiencia, si no podrían emitir una orden de arresto en su contra.
That's all, sir. You're excused.
Ya es todo, señor, ya puede retirarse.
Very much appreciated, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Hi, welcome back. Hi, ma'am. Can I get your full name, please?
Judge, I just need a moment here.
Sure, go ahead.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Wait, ma'am, can I get your full name, please?
Bill.
Ms. Beal, I'm seeing you this evening on charges of domestic violence, aggravated assault, and disorderly conduct with a weapon. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And you've got counsel seated next to you for this evening's hearing. I have reviewed all of the information, including the state's recommendation of a $10,000 bond. I'll hear from defense.
Judge, we'd be asking for a lower bond. It does look like she doesn't have any felony or misdemeanor priors, no active NVCA flag. She's only 21 years old. And it looks like she is disabled, so we'd be asking for a lower bond than the 10,000.
Okay. And also I believe we have the alleged victim on the line. Actually, I'm just seeing pretrial prosecutor and the interpreter. Apparently the victim had called in, but not seeing them anymore. So, all right. Did you say something about her residence? Since she's not going to be able to return to the residence, you don't know anything? Okay. All right. All right. I'm going to order a $5,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial services. If that bond is posted, monitoring or treatment as directed, No firearms or weapons, no acts of domestic violence, no contact of any kind with the alleged victim. So you cannot return to the residence, ma'am. If you do post that bond, I'm going to put in my order that you could return one time with a law enforcement escort to collect your personal belongings. So you would take my order to the nearest police station and they would go with you to get your things. Preliminary hearing date is scheduled for July 25th.
That's my birthday.
Right. That's all, ma'am. You're excused.
Go out the door.
Hello. Okay.
Hi, ma'am. Can I get your full name?
Megan Gao.
Ms. Gao, I am seeing you this evening on a felony charge of shoplifting. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Like with your lack of criminal history, the state is recommending that I release you to pretrial services. So that's what I'm going to order. You're going to need to check in with them when you get out, monitoring or treatment as directed by them. And I'm ordering that you not return to the incident location. Preliminary hearing date is scheduled for August 4th, but ma'am, that hearing is very likely not happening on that date. You'll get a hearing at a later date, so you need to make sure you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney so you know when to get to court. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
You're excused. City court matters. and appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. And you will be seen by video on July 25th at 1:45. All right, that's all, sir. You're excused. Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
Joshua Smith.
Mr. Smith, I am seeing you this evening on a couple of different matters. It looks like you've got a fugitive warrant out of Georgia for probation violation, and they have asked that we hold you without bond on that. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the legal defender's office to represent you. So I am going to order that you be held without bond at this time, and you're going to have a hearing on that fugitive warrant matter on July 21st at 2:30 in the afternoon in Superior Court. And then I'm also seeing you on some misdemeanor charges of assault and criminal damage. On those, I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty for you and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. On that matter, I'm going to order that you be held on a $500 cash or secured bond. Order that you not return to the incident location, appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you, and you will have a hearing by video on that matter on July 25th at 1:45.
Judge, can I say something?
I suppose.
I just wanted to say, I know that I have the probation violation in Georgia.
You probably shouldn't say anything because everything you're saying is being recorded and can be used against you. So there's nothing I can do about the no bond hold. It's a mandatory hold by law. I have to hold you without bond. You'll talk to your attorney about that and you'll see them in court on the 21st.
Okay, is it a certain amount of days that y'all have to detain me?
But all I know right now is that you're being held without bond at least until the 21st, and then you'll talk to your attorney and the judge more about the process from that point forward. All right, you're excused, sir.
Ladies, can you just go down the stairs so it doesn't melt? That's it. Oh. Thank you.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Anthony Michael Spence.
Mr. Spence, I am seeing you this evening on a couple of different matters. You have new felony charges of unlawful possession of narcotic paraphernalia and unlawful possession of a dangerous drug, and then you've got some warrants out of Tucson City Court that we will deal with next. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. On the felony, you have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Oh, and sir, I see that you've also got a probation hold out of Superior Court. I'm not seeing you on that this evening. You'll be seen separately in Superior Court on that, but for now you're being held without bond. On the new felony charges, the state's asking for a $1,000 bond. Does defense want to be heard on that? I'll do a $500 bond.
That sounds good, Your Honor.
So $500 cash or secured bond released to pretrial if posted, monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial. And steps hearing is scheduled for July 22nd at 9 o'clock. Preliminary hearing is July 25th. All right. And then these Tucson City Court matters, it looks like they are both domestic violence matters from 2021. On those matters, I'll order a $1,000 cash or secured bond, no contact with any victim, appoint the city public defender's office to represent you, and you'll be seen by video on those matters on July 21st at 1:30 in the afternoon in Tucson City Court. All right, sir, that is all. You're excused. And that'll do it. Thanks, everybody.
Um,
Hold on.
Have a good night.
Oh, we do have one more.
Yeah, it's Aguilar Gabriel. He just got it.
Okay.
I'm going to get him.
Okay, thanks. He's a misdemeanor though, so you can be done. Is this yours? This is yours too.
Good night, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that reminder. Okay.
Here you go. Good evening.
Hi, 1 second, sir.
No worries.
Yes. Thank you. All right. Can I get your full name, please?
Gabriel Orlando Aguilar.
Mr. Aguilar, I'm seeing you this evening because you have some warrants out of Tucson City Court for assault, criminal trespass, and disorderly conduct from April 15th of this year, and then criminal trespass, 2 counts, criminal damage, and obstructing a highway from February 11th of this year. I see that you're being held on a felony matter. I'm not seeing you on that, but let me see. Looks like you're being held. You're being held on a $150,000 bond on a felony matter. All right.
Yes.
So on these city court matters, I'm just going to order that you be held on a $500 cash or secured bond. I'll appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. And you're going to see the judge by video on July 25th at 1:45. All right?
Okay.
All right. That's all, sir. You're excused.
Thank you.
You have a good night.